bullish sentiment continues to dominate Nigeria's equities markets following buy interest in MTN Nigeria and WAPCO. Now, will the market extend this bull run? Olufunmilola Adebowale, head of research at Parthian Partners, joins me now for market movements as more first quarter earnings trickle in. Funmilola, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We're seeing some stronger numbers. Q1 full year, still seeing some full year, and then Q1 numbers. Let's start with Bua Cement. Revenue was up 80.5% to 290.8 billion Q1 numbers. So we've seen some other Q1 numbers. But talk to us about that. Talk to us about the key line items and those numbers that stood out for you.
Yeah, so before moving to the numbers, let's talk about what happened in the market this week. Right. Coming from the Easter break, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we saw the market gain about 0.45, 0.52, and 0.75% respectively. And that was primarily because of the release of the Q1 results. You know, we saw impressive results across different sectors, FMCG, industrial, and even the banking. For the FMCGs and the industrial goods industry, it was largely because of the FX gain we saw. You know, if you look at draw our mind back to 2023 and 2024, these sectors were really impacted by the naira, by the devaluation of the naira. Right. Yeah, so now, given the fact that one, we've seen some level of stability, appreciation and stability in the level of the currency rather, and that is having a positive impact on their performance. So Lafarge, first of all, we saw the bottom line, the profit before tax and profit after tax, increasing by over 700% in Q1. And if you look at the breakdown of the number, this was primarily because of the gains in FX. So for the company had an FX gain of 1 billion in Q1 2025 compared to a loss of 3 billion in Q1 2024. That was huge. This trend was also seen in Bua Cement that recorded over 300% growth in profit before tax and profit after tax. And that was because while Lafarge moved from loss to profit, for Bua Cement, they are still in loss, but it was a significant improvement, about 99% reduction in their FX loss. So that is really a positive one for them. But apart from the FX improvement in FX loss and the FX gain that was recorded, Q4 and Q1, they are always the best quarters for the players in the cement industry, because this is a dry season. For private individuals that are going to construction, for public sector, we see a lot of construction activities during this time, and that usually leads to increased demand. So increased demand on one hand, which reflected in their revenue, their top line, their revenue, coupled with the FX improvement in their FX loss position, that helped both players in the industrial sector good. Coming to the consumer good, the fast-moving consumer goods, the likes of Guinness and Nigerian breweries, we saw significant improvement as well. And that was because of the improvement in their FX losses. For Guinness and for Nigerian breweries, we saw their profit before tax and profit after tax moving from a loss position to a profit. So that's because, and if you also look at for them as well, it was because of the improvement in their FX position. So and expectations is that for Q1, most of these players that were really affected by FX in 2023-2024, they are likely to come up with impressive results in Q1 2025.
Right, absolutely. Obviously, very, very good news for investors. We have about a minute left. Let's talk about expectations for trading next week. Where will investors be bargain hunting?
Yeah, for next week, well, for the stocks that have rallied, we expect that we'll start seeing investors take profit. That started today because the market closed in the red today. So we'll see that continue. But for some of them, like Dangote Cement that dropped, that lost about 10% today, we could see the share price increase next week because we expect the result to be released by weekend or early next week, and that's going to feed into the trading movement of the share. So we'll see mixed trading. For some that really rallied this week, we could see profit-taking activities. For some that are down, once the results are released and investors continue to react to this impressive result, we could see an upturn in their share prices. All
right, thank you so much, Funmilola, for talking to us today. We appreciate the time on the show. Many thanks. Olufunmilola Adebowale, head of research at Parthian Partners, taking us through a weekly review of trading at Nigeria's stock market.